Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on in to my biggest review that we've ever done on the channel of my now favorite LEGO set of all time. This is set number 71741, Ninjago City Gardens, and is available right now for $299 USD and $399.99 Canadian. It is 5,658 pieces, making this the largest LEGO Ninjago set of all time, as well as the fourth biggest LEGO set of all time, and the biggest set that I own personally in my collection. So this is already going to be a very long video, so as we go through, I'm going to mention a couple things that are going to be in separate videos, so you'll just have to check those out when those come out eventually. But this set is insane. It comes with 20 figures, plus 3 other figures that aren't actually considered figures by LEGO. So it's just so large, I can't even fit this thing in shot all at once, which is why we're doing this panning shot. And we're going to take a closer look at all the different levels and floors and break it all apart. And it's just all over the place, this review, just because of how huge and how complicated this set actually is. So I figured that we'd start here with this garden section and show you how this actually attaches to the main part of the build, because I know that a lot of you want to see in a separate video how this can actually connect to other modulars, other Ninjago City sets with Ninjago City and Ninjago City Docks, as well as the brand new Chinese New Year Spring Lantern Festival set. So it just attaches the exact same way here with some Technic pieces, and the holes will line up with any of those sets that I just mentioned right there. So it's really cool. You could take this, put it on the other side, which I'll do right now. So here's what it looks like. It does look a little out of place just because of how massive the rest of the build is, but it's still really beautiful, and I'm glad that it is included in the set. I just think that here, for some reason, I don't know why, it just doesn't feel like it belongs. Everything else is just so much taller than it, but I guess it's fine. I just wish that maybe there was a little more to this build, but again, this set is already so large, so I don't really know what else I would expect from this. So there's a lot going on here. There's some really nice flowers here, like on top of like what looks like a lily pad, as well as these bridges. I will say, from just moving it around, I find that they constantly just easily pop off, so I'm not a big fan of that. I wish that maybe they were built a little bit stronger, but it's pretty interesting using those arch pieces there for a bridge. But this whole build looks really nice as a little side display, and I like just some of the heads and things like that underneath. There's a bunch of orange flowers, which looks nice, but the main attraction, I think, for a lot of Ninjago fans is the titanium Zane statue here, which we'll take a closer look at that figure in a second. But I like all the pillars. Maybe they should be a little bit taller and he should be a little bit lower. I also don't understand why that piece is like that, why they have it 2 pieces when they have a piece that exists with it being 1x3 and having 2 studs to attach. But I guess maybe you could like angle it if you wanted to. So a couple of different things that you could do. There's another little flower here, and I really love as well, if you've never seen any of the builds from like Ninjago City or even the new Spring Lantern Festival, the water here is so cool. Underneath, you can see that there's just like this pattern here where you could see a bit of green, some other flowers and things like that, or some leaves or whatever that's meant to be underneath. And there's just different shades of like dark green and black and bright green to like give the lighting into the water effect just a little bit more depth, which is something really, really cool. So looking at this figure, it's pretty cool. I wish that maybe there was some printing or some vines or something growing on it. Missed opportunity. But the shoulders everyone thought was new, but it's actually the Praetorian Guards shoulder pieces there in silver for the first time from Star Wars. So that's pretty neat. I wish it was all silver or all light gray. I don't really like the inconsistencies here between like dark gray, silver. Something I didn't show before is just how beautiful it actually connects here to the back, and how great that looks with this little island here with like the Wolverine claws for like leaves. That's really cool. And this little plant there looks really great. Maybe that's what's kind of scattered throughout this all. And these like, I don't know, I want to say lantern, but they're almost just like little stone builds. They're really cool where it actually connects to. But the whole curve and everything here of this set looks really nice in the back there. It looks so great, and I can't wait to see what this looks like actually lined up with the other Ninjago City sets. But you could see into like the different shops and even taking some of the boats as well from those other sets. Like you could pull up right here to Ronin's shop and do a curbside pickup here. So, you know, it's really neat. And there's a lot of other things. And even here, I just forgot to mention, there's actually like this cap meant to use like one of the beanie caps actually there in dark gray to represent a stone. So just fun little things like that just adds to this whole set, which you'll see such unique part usages throughout this whole thing. So let's start here from this part, and it's really interesting. They've got like this superhero blast piece there used to have like water flowing from the sewers, which is pretty interesting. And this is really cool. You'll notice here that there's all these buildings here, and they've all got these hinges. And while we go through the shops, originally while I was building, I was like, oh, that's interesting that they just want to have like these buildings kind of like on this corner. But it's actually so that you can open up the walls and take a look and actually play with the inside of each of the shops and apartments and things like that. So I thought that was really cool. I thought it was an aesthetic reason, but it's actually for a function. So coming along like the canal here, you could see that there's some of those Ninjago blade pieces here used throughout this whole thing, and they're all in bright green. You could see them being used there for like a blade of like grass there growing up into the bonsai tree in the center. There's a little satellite dish on the outside, and hanging outside of the Ninjago fan's apartment is this neon sign with a ninja there. And we're not actually going to stop and translate all the signs and things like that. That'll be a separate video just because there's already so much to talk about in this video. But really cool here in the front. There's this little bench section to put Nia and Jay on a date as they just kind of look out into whatever you want. But it's really neat. There's a whole vine growing throughout the bottom part of the bonsai tree. Really great. Bunch of different leaves and things. Some more blade pieces, but I like the curve here, how that looks, as well as just some of the leaves and everything. It just looks so great. Continuing around here, we've got Ronin's shop, and there's also on the outside a little flower there, and there's also some, I like the blade pieces there, how it's growing up this pillar. It's really cool. On the inside, there's this like transparent pink pieces that you put there. You could see them going through. That looks really, really cool. And there's these new escalator pieces being used here, which will be coming in a future set, supposedly. There's some more blades and things on the side there. Also some pipes for like air conditioning or whatever is in these buildings. And so here's the bottom floor of shops, and they're just very easy to actually take apart here because we're going to take a closer look at each of the shops. And specifically though, they even come off of the bottom floor here. So here's the shop, and they're selling a bunch of different things here. You can see that they're selling some food, like some soup or something like that inside of the bowls. And you've got like an antenna there, a satellite dish at the top. You've got these little roof pieces, not using anything special, some car hoods and things like that. You've got a little light there, and the doors actually open onto the inside of the shop. It's a little weird that the doors open that close together, but it's still pretty interesting. So like I mentioned before, the advantage of having a set like this, where the walls are kind of like on this angle, they're not one piece, which allows you to actually take them off of the hinges very easily, and you can see and get access to the inside shop. So you've got a bunch of different things there on the shelves, as well as a little tap there with something else here on top of the shelf. And the inside there, you can see there's like a little water tap with a dial, as well as like the bowl and the pan from before. But it's pretty neat. And also look at the windowsill there. I really love the book piece. That looks pretty neat there for that little window ledge. Before we move on, I do want to show you what's underneath that shop. You got some pipes and things like that, which is pretty neat underneath. Completely unnecessary, but nice little detail there leading into the sewer system where the water is coming out from, so that's pretty cool. You've also got this little table here if you want to add some soy sauce to any of the food that you're buying from the shop. And then here we've got Ronin Store, and this is pointed out to me by Pen Plays, Ninjago expert. He's going to help me with the list of translating everything in a separate video. So check him out, link down below. And inside there, that little reference, that symbol is actually meant to represent his shop from the city sticks. So that's pretty cool. Then spinning it around here, you can see that he's got another sign on the outside like we looked at before. But what I want to show you is when you actually take this off here, which looks really nice with the lantern pieces and all that, but when you take it off, you can see that there's a little bottom part here to the store, which is really neat. Now, you can actually gain access to that, and that's why I've left this on to show you. You can actually grab this little part here, and you can get access to everything that he's got inside his shop. Now, it doesn't actually really stay open, so you have to hold it up yourself, but that's pretty neat. But if you want to get full access to it, to take a look at what's underneath here, you do have to completely take it off. You've got this box here, and on my stream, no one knew what this was. I do not know, but that's pretty interesting looking. And on the inside, there's this like transparent 1x1 here. I don't know why you would, what that's meant to be. Someone said it's a gem from his store. You've also got some gold bars there. I think this is meant to be stairs going up, but maybe that's like some silver. I think it's some stairs though because of the black part. Now, there are statues, little micro figures scattered throughout the whole thing in different ninja colors. I personally think, though, the gold one here is meant to represent some of the trophies that he stole from Dareth. You also get 2 of the Jade Blade pieces there, and that was used in the Tournament of Elements set, another legacy set that came out this year, so I guess he stole that from Chen. So that last shop wasn't necessarily a good example of like gaining access to the interior, so this one is a lot better. So you've got a little window display there for him to sell stuff through, but you can easily pop it off there, and you can get access. You can see that there's a nice sign here. There's a trident, which I'm going to assume that that's a reference to season 15, just because that one's water based, so we'll have to wait and see. We got a Fang Blade cup there, and you've got like one of those like measuring things, I guess, to measure and weigh things out, which is pretty neat. This is something from inside his original shop, I was told. And then you've got this really cool sticker there of the Dark Island, which looks really cool. Love that. And on that bookshelf, you've actually got these little trading cards here, which is so cool. Nice little reference to the old days of Ninjago. Really, really awesome. And the way that that works is you just take them and they actually clip on to the back. And you can see from the back part here that it actually clips on to that little bar there on the window using this. So here's the top part of Ronin's shop, and it's really cool. I love the window display there. It looks really nice. We've got these amazing stickers there, which look so great in behind that teapot. Look at that, the detail there. I believe those are meant to be like wood block prints. That's from my back from my art days of class and stuff like that. But the statue there, I don't think that's meant to be a trophy. I think this is the first little reference to the ninja there. So I think that one is meant to represent Lloyd. But what's really cool is you've got this door, and you can see that there's a hole in the ground. And I didn't realize this until right now as I was recording this, but it actually has a ladder there, so you can actually climb up the ladder. It doesn't exactly line up with the ladder, but that's fine. It's still unnecessary, and I really quite like that, and the dark red door is really cool. Above the shop is what is called the Ninjago fans apartment, and it's really nice. The windows there, as well as these, not boarded up windows, but just that design is so cool. The little balcony with the flowers is really pretty, as well as, like we saw before, the sign. Now, when you do pop off this wall, you can gain access to the inside here of their apartment. It's really, really awesome. You've got this amazing bedding there, referencing Cole and Kai there on the bedding. Looks super, super cool. You've got this lava lamp, and then up here are some references there to the season 14 sets, which you could check out a video linked at the top here of those being revealed yesterday. Really, really cool. So we've got the Keeper's Village set here, as well as the Catamaran set, which is really great. I don't know what else is on the shelves here. You'll have to kind of decide for yourself. Maybe that's Kai's X1 charger. Maybe the bright turquoise could be, I don't know, the dragon. Just, I'm thinking because of these. And then you've got something white there on the shelf, and then something black and red there as well there. And on the other side is this poster of Welcome or Visit Ninjago City. That was actually a promotional poster handed out during the Lego Ninjago movie. So it's so cool to see here in Lego form. Oh my goodness, really great. In the corner, you've got a little statue there referencing Zane, which is pretty cool. The bed here can actually pop off, and underneath is, I'm going to assume, like a replica dagger there. I wish there was something else, maybe another statue or something referencing the ninja, but it's still pretty cool. Maybe they found it on the floor from like one of the ninja's fights or something, kind of like Shazam with the Batarang. But there's something above this which is really neat. On the back side of that wall, you can actually see that there's a little light here with a diamond crystal there in light green. Here's the second floor without anything, and you'll see the shops in a second, what they all look like. It's kind of a disappointment. There's nothing here. Like, inside some of the roofs, you'll see they hide things here. So I think that this is just a missed opportunity to not put anything. But what's cool is the reason I'm showing you this is because on the second floor, when you remove the buildings, you can see inside to the apartment. And you can see actually hanging from the ceiling is Jay's Stormfighter. Now that actually attaches to this part here, the second floor. And you can see how that pops off here. And it's actually loose so that when you place it down, you can see it actually will move. It'll actually like go from side to side. So you don't have to worry about it falling off or anything like that. So you could actually just have on display the second level here if you wanted to. So here's the second floor, and you can see the exterior of the ice cream shop, which looks really, really great. The designer mentioned that this print here, this sticker, is actually one of his favorite parts of the set, and I really love the exterior here. It looks so cool. You've got the like cleavers there, the butcher cleavers for the roof there in black, which looks neat. You've also got like an open sign there. I can translate that. But there's also these signs here at the bottom, and like I said before, we'll translate that in a separate video, but there's a couple things like the video game, there's like a construction advertisement there. This thing here is so weird. I don't know what that's meant to be. It's like using the snowflake, but it's a cool little wacky design. I don't know. There's also like a toy sign. Don't know why that's in English, but then there's also this like almost Hands of Time-esque sort of looking thing there, and that makes me think that that's actually meant to be a reference to that. Maybe it's like a watch company. I don't know. To the side here, you could see this really cool center corner piece, and it's neat to have like Woo's piece there, as well as like the bucket slash, I guess it's also used for like the samurai helmets. But these pieces here are actually the Ninjago, but these pieces here are actually the ninja armor from season 12, the Prime Empire season, in gold there. Really cool how they built that on top of like some black skeleton torsos. You've got a couple different signs here. I think this is meant to be a reference to the crab shop or the restaurant from Ninjago City. You've also got a little diamond there. I don't know what that's meant to be, and some other cool little logos, as well as now we're over here. Before we look at Chen's Noodle House, we gotta go back to the top part of the bonsai tree, which looks so cool. All these branches coming out looks so great, and you can see here that there's actually the Ninjago tile that's used for all of the legacy figures there, which is a cute little tile to put here in the set. I like that inclusion. Outside of Chen's Noodle House, it is so iconic here. This figure is just so iconic. We'll take a closer look at him in a second when we look at Chen's Noodle House. Really, really cool. I can't believe they included that. And the roof there, using the hot dog pieces, is so intelligent. Really, really love that. And then you've got this little advertisement here on the outside, and continuing around toward the back, you can see that this is like some fruits and vegetables, like, I don't know, maybe that's like a reference to an aquarium or something, some fish. And then you've also got there an advertisement, I guess, of some of the food that's being sold inside, and another little sign there on the side, as well as a garbage can, as well as like the air conditioning. And there you've got a little table. Not sure why you'd have that, but pretty neat. I do have to mention this as well because I saw that this was a concern by some people, but these lantern pieces are in bright blue now rather than the dark orange that was in the other sets. Now, a lot of people are thinking that that color is actually going to be retired, but in a 2021 set, the Spring Lantern Festival, that color is used for some of the fireworks, so I don't think it's going anywhere. I just think maybe it's a new design choice, or maybe it's ushering in a new era of these Ninjago sets. But if you do want to swap them out, they're not too hard to get your hands on, so you can go buy extras if you wanted to. I might do that in a separate video. And you can see here on the back of Chen's Noodle House, there's a little balcony with some flowers growing. And then you can also see here at the bottom that there's this little branch coming out of the bonsai tree where a bird has made their nest, which is pretty cute. There's also like these windows so you could see into Chen's Noodle House there from the balcony. There's a back door to the ice cream shop, and on the floor there's actually some spilt ice cream, and there's a little heart piece there for like meant to represent the spill, which is pretty cool. You can see a bit of the air conditioning unit there as well. And I don't know if you noticed before, but there was stairs actually leading up to the second floor, which there's a hole in the ground, which we'll see in a sec, as well as the roofing here is so cool. That's actually using the unprinted gamer pieces from series 19, I believe it was. So that's pretty neat. So here's Chen's Noodle House, and it's very easy to take the figure off. You could just slide him on out there, and sometimes the whole thing will come with it, but you can see that his legs are backwards so that he has a bit of a different bend. Here is the Chen's Noodle House figure, and of course the best part there is that face. The torso is great, but that face, the winking, is just so iconic and so great to have in the set. I never expected that. Oh my goodness, so fantastic. Oh, it's such a great looking figure and so important to have here. So to get access to the inside part of the shop, all you do is pull apart that wall, and you can see that there's these really cool signs there with a bunch of the different things that they're actually offering, and you could fit a minifigure on the inside. So you can actually have someone selling the food here and or cooking it. And then in the back corner there's actually a little booth there with some really cool Anacondri logos there and everything from Chen's, which is super, super cool. And then you've also got another soy sauce bottle and I don't know what else that is meant to be there on the table, but you've also got a bowl, and then you've got this little statue in the corner meant to be Jay, I believe. Now we're back on the other side of the second floor, and you can see here a better look at the ice cream shop. And so I was trying to actually open up the same way as Chen's Noodle House, and I don't think you can. You do have the arm there at the top, but the hinges that it's on would hit this platform. So this is the hardest shop to actually get access to, but you can fit a figure behind the booth there. You can see there the different flavors of ice cream that they can scoop up for you. It's cool. And then on the side there, you've also got this little sign that has all the different prices and flavors there for the ice cream. You've got like some sprinkles or something, some jar on the side table there. And then you've also got some spare cones and things like that to the right. You've got some cups and just some of the things to make the ice cream. And then you've got a tap in the back there. And so you can actually fit the figure on the inside there. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it is possible. But let's see where these stairs lead to. There's another little balcony from the apartment, and up above there's a whole rail system here using like the handcuff pieces there in black. An entrance to the museum is here, and you can see through the windows just some of the things that are on display inside of the museum. You've got that same logo that was on the front of the building there, and the hole in the ground there you could see actually is where you can walk up from. And the alleyway, there's actually a little advertisement inside. And here's a sign for Mega Monster Amusement Park, and that's actually there from the alleyway, which is a play feature with the museum here. So there's nowhere to really walk around here on the top side of the gardens. There's just the exterior, which is fine. You don't need a balcony everywhere. But as you continue around here, you could see that there's this really cool sign there of like a dragon breathing fire. I love that transparent piece with that sticker. There's a crab, and I just love like the roller coaster piece here. That's so smart for this part of the tree. It looks really, really great. And coming back around here, I don't know, there's some handles, I guess, if you want to climb up for the ninja to kind of maneuver through the city. The balcony to this apartment is really cool. You've got some flower pots and things like that. You actually can't take apart this building. You can take it apart, but you actually can't take it off like the other buildings, and it's not the easiest to actually do. I don't even know if you're meant to do this. It makes it seem like you can, but every time that I do it, these pieces get stuck, so I'm not sure if it was necessarily the pieces were used, the right pieces were used for that effect, but it's still something that you can do. And on this wall, I don't know, you've got a blocky pineapple, a light there, and you could do the same with this side here. See, it just breaks off, like pieces just fall off, but it's cool. You can see on the inside here that you've actually got this TV with Gale Gossip, a figure that we haven't gotten, should have been in this set, but still really, really cool to get. And then you've also got this like little painting studio. I guess that's what this apartment's meant to be with this bed here, but you've got this amazing painting of Ninjago City Gardens on a 2x3. Looks really great. Got a pink umbrella, and also from the other side, you can actually see that when you remove the easel, there's actually some little paint canisters there underneath for you to actually, I guess, dab your paintbrush in to make this gorgeous looking painting. And on the other side of that wall, there's this little plant pot, and it's using like those shoulder pieces there in dark blue. That looks really cool. I think that's just really cool. And you've got a little light there as well. Same with on the other side. So on top of the museum, you've got this top part here, and I figured I'd keep it on since it is related to the museum, but it's really cool. You could see that there's this like beautiful looking cherry blossom arcing over on top, and these window pieces look so cool in this transparent clear. Like, that is so awesome to be getting here. I love those pieces. And if you wanted to, you could actually slide this out from the side, and what it is I think it's meant to actually be this like dragon skeleton. Just looking at like the build of that, I don't really know, but it's pretty cool looking. I think that it's really neat that it is hanging above the whole museum. So there's two ways to enter the museum. Through the front door here, which opens up like that, and then you've got this side entrance here, which isn't really a side entrance, but the poster for the amusement park actually lifts up, and you're meant to pop it off because you can't actually fit a figure through there if you don't have it off. And what you're meant to do is you're actually meant to have the crooks go on through, and that actually knocks out a painting on the other side of the wall, which you'll see in a second. But that's really cool that you could steal from the museum there by jumping through the hole in the wall, or, you know, if you want to pay the fee there to actually enter and then steal from them, you could do that too. So this front piece here actually completely comes off. This whole wall just slides all the way up there, and we've got that tile knocked over from breaking in to the museum. But you could see just everything here. Like, it just looks so cool with all the things on display. Starting here in the front, you could see a couple of different things on display. A micro scale version of the Temple of Air Jitsu. You've also got this brand new like cash register, and it's got this new printed piece there for the actual machine, which is pretty neat. You've also got these 2 posters, which I'm not sure who they're actually meant to be. I've never seen them before, but that's pretty cool. In the corner, you've got the Realm Crystal, which is something that I didn't expect to see on display here in the museum. You've got a camera there facing that way, and a camera there facing the front, which is kind of protecting this micro build of the Destiny's Bounty. You've got like a staff, and I think that's meant to be one of the Serpentine staff, which is neat. And then that poster there, that amazing painting that is knocked over, that's actually a cool painting of the fight between the Hands of Time and Wu and Garmadon. So that's really cool. I really love that. That's such a cool thing there. You've got some of the elemental masters there in the front, and then on the shelf you could see that there's actually a micro figure of, I guess that's meant to represent Kai, and another compass there on the bottom. And then up here in the front you could actually see that there's a little stand with like a bunch of postcards. I'll take that off in a second. And you've got this little turning thing that one of those mechanisms that like stops you at like the subway station or a museum, that you can only go one way, but I guess there's only one way and one exit, but that's pretty cool. So you got a couple of different postcards here, and I think 2 of these are from like Dots things, I don't know, but this is a Minecraft turtle head, so that's from the face. That's pretty strange to see in this set. So on the other side of this wall here, you can see that there's a couple of different lights facing down to illuminate everything on display. You've got this sticker there of the Great Devourer, and then you've got, I think that's meant to be a portrait of Yang. I'm not sure. It does look like Wu, but just because it's a portrait in the museum, I think it has to be Master Yang. On display there, you've got this, I don't know, this one of the dragon pieces. Originally I thought that what was underneath that case there was one of the forbidden scrolls of Spinjitzu, but it's not. I don't really know. It could be literally any other weapon that they've used throughout the whole series. But what's interesting is I never thought that those window pieces could attach to a chest like that. And then here you've got this portrait of Nia and Kai's parents, which is really cool, which was also on display in the museum, which is really awesome. I wish maybe that Dr. Saunders was in the set, but I don't know, it would have fit in, I think, really well. And over here, there's this part that you can actually access the top floors to and enter the ninja's, I guess, lair by turning this here. So to access this top part here, the top floor, and get access to the inside of the ninja's tower, you could actually lower this ladder there by turning that gear, and then that is as far as it will go. And you can climb on up and enter inside. Also included here is this little movie advertisement there, a poster, which looks really cool. And it actually, just like all the other sets, there are little stickers here on top of these transparent pieces. And you just apply them there, but you could swap out and put a different poster here. You'll see where they're stored later, but here the other posters are there. So you've got one referencing Johnny Thunder / that figure from series 19, that explorer, as well as like a sort of like a Jaws movie, but it's a robot shark, kind of like a reference, I guess, to the Ninjago movie. So all you do is you slide them on inside there, and then you lower this to hold it in place, kind of covering up a bit of a poster, which is a bit of a shame, but still really cool that you're adding that. And you could really just kind of modify and expand so you can hang up all these amazing posters, which are always so full of other references, like to other themes, like Space Police here, and cool things like that. So we're going to keep going through the tower, and it's uneven because they have these bricks on the bottom there that actually kind of fit into the roofs of the buildings underneath. So I think that's a little bit of a shame that it doesn't, I don't know, it just, I wish that it could stand still, but you could take those pieces off if you wanted to. I love the balcony here. I love the balcony there. It looks so cool with the Brickhead's glasses as fences. Really awesome. And this fish here looks so cool. The Koopa legs there, the Goomba legs from Mario being used in orange is really awesome. And then you've got like this telescope here, which is interesting inclusion, but this whole top part actually does pop off, and on the inside there's a lot of really cool things. You've got this poster there of the ninja, which is normally in the Destiny's Bounty. Then you've got this chair there that faces the TV, and you could see that there's like, I don't know, there's a red visor there, which is pretty neat. And like a gaming console that it's sitting on top of the TV, or maybe that's what's underneath. I'm not really too sure, but I love that portrait of them there. That's so neat. This arcade machine actually pops out, and this arcade machine is actually playable, and it's so cool. You've actually got Lloyd there. It said, that's what the designer said. Colors don't make sense, but they said it's Lloyd, and he's actually fighting up against the Great Devourer, which is so neat. You just pull down on the joystick there. Look at the stickers. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. I love that figure there. I know that doesn't look anything like Lloyd. It looks more like Kai, even with the face, but still really cool looking. What an incredible idea. And then on the other side of the room, there's this coat rack, and they've got like a beanie there, which is blue, so I'm guessing it's Jay's. So now this top part of the tower is so cool. I love the design of this. Oh my goodness, these pieces here just look so beautiful, like the pattern that they've made here, and then these pieces here, oh my goodness, so incredible. On the top there, it's so tall, but there's another satellite dish there, so you got two there and then one on the top, but this is so incredible, and it does actually come apart. And in this other section here, you could see that hiding there is actually two of the posters, the movie posters there that we showed you before. And then in the middle there, there's actually Jay's suit for some reason. And here's the legacy suit for Jay. It's the exact same figure from all of the legacy Jay sets. Got his logo there on the back. And underneath the mask there, you've actually got this transparent headpiece there in light green. Now for the top part of the tower, you actually grab it by the pink section, and you can see that there's a little spot for you to actually sit one of the ninja, and on this TV screen is this amazing sticker there of the island of Ninjago, and then you've got, I'm guessing, either Nindroid or General Cryptor, and then you've also got Pythor there, which looks so awesome. Oh my goodness, I really love them. And the island there, I never realized this, and I contemplate putting this in the review or not, but I never realized that it was actually in the shape of a dragon curled up like that. So cool. And I guess there's like 4 different things that they've got to do around the island. Really love that. And on the inside there, you've also got this, I don't know, it's just a 1x2 normal looking computer sticker. It's not even a sticker, it's a regular print. And here's what the Lego called the Zen Garden section. And here's like this flying scooter build here. It's very simple for them to get away from stealing from the museum. I don't know, it's kind of neat. You've got some pink crystals there for like the thrusters and the bike, the scooter. It's flying, so that's kind of neat. But this Zen Garden part, it's pretty cool looking, honestly. I really like its design. I love the purple. It's just another color to add to the many colors in the set. But the roof here, using chest pieces there in black, the tops look so awesome. And the way that they're scattered as well, that they're different heights, looks really cool. The stairs leading up to like this little plant up there, I guess, to like meditate. It's really cool. And the archways look so neat. I really like this part. It's just so unnecessary. And speaking of unnecessary, underneath there's like this vault, and I don't know what's inside. You've got this cheese slope there that's turquoise, so that's the thing. Now up above here is something really cool. Up in the roof, when you actually lift these up, you could see that there is a helmet there in orange, as well as these roller skate pieces, and those are actually references to the Tournament of Elements, one of the challenges that Chen has them do. So that's such a cool thing to include here in this set. Just an unnecessary thing hidden inside the roof. I'm gonna theorize what this is, and it might be dumb, but I'm gonna guess that maybe the crystal was actually hidden inside here that the thief actually steals, and then this is maybe like her calling card or something that she leaves behind. I don't know. Here is Master Wu, and this is the golden legacy figure. So incredible looking, and each of the ninja actually have a different stud color actually included. So his is gold here, which makes sense given the color that he is here. Of course, he's not going to have white, since that would be Zane's color sometime in the summer. But he's on this stand here, and with the exact same 2x2 round tile that all the other ninja have, as well as what's included on the tree. So something neat about Wu here is that his head and beard are actually gold, which is different than the ninja. I guess the other ninja don't have beards, but you get what I'm trying to say here with the face. It's very cool that it is gold. I wish the other ninja had that, but the torso and everything looks so detailed, even the back there. So this is based off his appearance from season 13, which is pretty neat, and even the torso printing and everything, it's so great. But let's take the beard off, and underneath you could see that he's got this face print there in gold as well. Doesn't look like Wu. I don't know what it is without the beard, but The legs as well, I didn't mention this before, but that's the exact same used for all of the other Golden Legacy figures. Now class, please open your LEGO catalogs to page number 24 and 25. We're going to be going in order of the exact same list that LEGO put in the catalog that originally leaked this set. Anyways, this is young Lloyd, and there's something weird sometimes with sets. I don't know if you've had this experience where the eyes are a little larger and they're a little fuzzier than normal. So luckily I have the young Lloyd from the Destiny's Bounty, so I'll probably swap out the head, but I don't know, it's just weird. The eyes are a little too large there, but it's a great looking figure. I really like it. Even though it's so simple, it's got the same legacy torso, same face from the Destiny's Bounty, but the fact that the hairpiece here was brought back, bringing back the old Ron hair, oh my goodness, who would have expected that? Here's Legacy Kai. Exact same figure from all of the sets. I don't even know if I need to bother showing you this, but here's his face from the Lego Ninjago movie, and taking off the shoulder piece that holds one katana, you can see his back printing there with his logo in the center. Here is Legacy Zane, and he also has the exact same piece, but I've taken the liberty of already taking it off to save time. But this is the exact same outfit that he's actually come in before for legacy versions of Zane. But the difference is underneath he's actually got his titanium head. So technically this figure is exclusive. Here's Cole, and the legs aren't new, and I think the torso is new for him. I've never gotten this before. It might not be. I'm not too sure. I don't get too many city sets, but this controller piece here is from season 13. Nothing new, but it's cool to have a controller for him to play the video game in the ninja headquarters there, as well as the face is the exact same from the Lego Ninjago movie, and he's got this upset expression on the back. Here's Urban J, and it's pretty neat. I really like this torso that he's using here with the yellow and the blue, and the pins there are actually a nice little reference to the pins that he has in the Hunted season, and I think the season before that was Sons of Garmadon as well. The back torso looks great there with the hood, and he's got a little flower there for Nia. Taking off the hair, you can see that his face is the exact same from the Lego Ninjago movie. Here's Urbania, another victim of the fuzzy printed eyes, but the torso I believe is the exact same from all the way back from the Lego Ninjago movie as well. The pants there in bright blue are different, so technically this figure is exclusive. She's got her hair here with a silver band, and on the back she's got this little smirk. And here is my first ever Masako, and I can't believe that I finally have her. I was about to order her from Bricklink, so I'm glad that she's in this set, saving me some more money. I really am happy to have one from the show. This face is used all the time in other sets, by the way, so that's the least rare thing about her. I'd say even less, I don't know, I don't actually know the stats on it, but I feel like it's more common than the sand green pants that she's got. But the back torso printing looks great, and she's got this more happy expression there on the back. Here is Clutch Powers, and save your money because he's in a set so cheap. He's in an accessory set available on Shop at Home. A lot of people were excited to see him in the set, but you can get him, and that set's always on sale, so don't worry about having to get this set to get him. He's not worth too much. Just his satchel here is different. It's in a medium nougat, and he didn't come with that in the other set, but his torso is really detailed there. It looks really cool. He's got CP on his torso. He's got an eye patch there, which is pretty funny because on the back face here, he's got this other face print there where it actually is flapped up, and you could see his logo there a lot larger on his back. And here's another figure I was just about to buy, Ronin in his legacy outfit. Oh my goodness, so happy to have him in this set. I love the printing here. It is brand new for all of it. It's all so much more detailed than the original. Looks similar, but just a lot more detailed. I really love it a lot. On the back here, he's got some really cool printing as well. Taking off the mask, you could see his face there. Looks really great. I love it a lot. There's no back head printing. It works for if you have one of like the Woo hats there. So just a bit of a theory, but I'm thinking that this figure is going to come in another set very soon just because he doesn't have any back head printing. So I'm thinking that he's going to have his hat in the set, and that's why the face is here like that. No back head printing, so that you could use that. Otherwise, why not give him a second face print? Here's the mechanic. Bit of a shame that he doesn't have a brand new hat and head combo, but I get why. Like, this set's already big enough, expensive enough. If they added a new piece, it would have to raise the price as well. But he still looks great here with the bowler hat nonetheless. The face printing is so great. I really love that a lot. And the torso printing is so detailed. I wish his arm had a little bit of printing maybe, but it's cool to have some back printing here as well. And he also has dual molded legs and is the only figure, only figure in the whole set to have dual molded legs. And he's got this weird like saw gun thing. I don't know. He's the mechanic. Really great. Such a highly requested character to finally be in minifigure form. Here's his partner in crime, Cece. And again, I apologize. I'm not sure if torsos are brand new or not here, but it doesn't seem like it would be because this is a no-name character, not a character from the show or anything. Which is why we're going to be speeding through these since you guys don't necessarily care too much about the details and prints. They're still great looking figures, but at the end of the day, they're not any named characters from the show, which I think is a bit of a disappointment with this set, just because that's something the Docks and the City set did so well with. But cool, I love getting this torso, so I don't mind having another one. This is the Ninjago Fan Girl, Christina. Here's Hai, and he works in the ice cream shop called Ice Planet, and I love the torso there with the printing from the logo. Looks great. I've never gotten this face print before. It looks really awesome. I love the stubble and everything and the glasses. On the back, he's got his logo there for the shop as well. And here's Elaine, just a generic citizen. I don't know where she really belongs. They have her in like the studio apartment with the painting, so I'm gonna assume that's hers. But she comes with a pretzel, and on the back she's got some printing, but no back face print. Here is Kato, and he's got this really cool cell phone print there on the 1x2. His torso is nothing new. It's actually from, I think the first time was back in a people pack for City. His face is also Young Woo's, which is kind of strange. And this hair, though, that's pretty cool to be getting here. And on the back, he's got this upset expression. Maybe some stocks went down or something like that. He's also got a briefcase, so businessman Woo. Here's May. So detailed. I love the printing there on her torso and legs. That looks so great. And underneath this hairpiece in bright purple, which looks great, you've got this cool looking face print where she's got the smirk and then this scared expression and some really cool back printing. Here is Scoop. I guess he's cleaning up the streets of Ninjago. And this whole time, like, what on earth is that headpiece? And then I realized what it was. It's actually this baby carriage, like the baby strap, which you put on the front of the torso. So it's just so cool to see that being used here for the front of the head. And you can see that they've got one of the new binocular pieces there in like the center of the spine and everything. And it's got a construction hat. Here's Tito, and for some reason he's got a 1x2 VHS. Not sure why, but he's also got some music levels there on his torso. And on the back, he's got a hood, which is pretty neat. He's also got this beanie on there in bright blue, same one included in the Ninja's Tower. No back face printing. And the very last figure here is Sensei Wu's dog. Not a reference to the show, but actually one of the possession sets, I believe people said. So that's pretty interesting that they threw that in this set. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review of the LEGO Ninjago City Gardens, my favorite set of all time. I just love all of the references to the shows and things like that. This is just the perfect set for a Ninjago fan. I am so impressed by the set, the build, the figures. Could be a little bit better, but they're still fantastic, the ones that are included here. I'm very impressed by this set, but I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this. Are you going to be picking this up? What do you think of all the references and things that we didn't even get to see in some of the pictures? Like, I like when sets keep things a secret and they can't leak out until literally having the set. But be sure to subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications so that you don't miss out on all the videos that I've mentioned throughout here that have to come on the channel. But I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I hope that you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.